On The Apprentice, no one ever gets hired until the very end, but everyone else gets fired.
Yeah.
They weren't even hired. You have to be hired to get fired.
Yeah. It's a hole in the...
You're fired.
Oh, gracious.
So, Matthew.
Yep.
What did you think of your burger? You bit into it. You ate it pretty quickly. Yeah. You left some of the onions on the plate. I ate those scrappy leftover onions.
Of mine?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Monster.
We had our buddy chewing on some of your extra fries, and I was like, ooh, onion.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt bad. He had ordered a stew that didn't seem very stewy, more like soup.
Yeah, he was warned, though, that the lamb stew was soupier than the beef stew, and he still went for the lamb stew.
Well, he had
fair warning. He had fair warning.
I
Yeah, he was hoping for the best.
Yeah. But the burger itself was, I feel like it's a common theme that I'm finding my burgers to be a little too dry.
Oh, really?
And it's the actual meat itself. But then I say, if it's not dry, it might be too liquidy, and then I'm making a mess.
I don't want a burger to be liquidy. What do you mean liquidy?
Like making
drippy,
a big, juicy, like the foie gras burger. That was just a big puddle.
That's true. That was presented in a little puddle.
But this one was, I found it a little too dry, and maybe if I had a little cup of sauce or something I could dip that in, I might appreciate it more. But the dryness of the actual patty was an issue. The rest of it was fine.
I will kind of agree with you. While I was eating my burger, I guess I didn't note that it was particularly dry. It wasn't juicy. Like I had a steak after the hockey game, and that was a juicy steak. It was a marvelous steak. I wish my burger tasted that good. Not to downplay the burger, but it wasn't a $30 steak.
Yeah.
While I was eating it, there was a certain point where I kind of wanted to dip the whole burger in a mayonnaise or a ketchup or something to make it less dry.
Help it slide down your gullet.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? At that same time, I decided, no, this burger tastes too good. I don't want to just dip it in ketchup. Okay. So I didn't. I noted it was a very flavorful patty. I got a good bite of it that was like almost all patty. And I really savored it for a while because it was a very good flavored patty. It had a little, obviously a little bit of salt and pepper in there, but there was something else. Like maybe there was some onion flavor in there. Maybe some like I don't know. What do you like? Powdered onion? Is that a thing?
That is a thing. Maybe a little bit of Murph's sweat and blood.
That's it. Murph's secret ingredient.
Yeah.
But it was a really tasty bun. I imagine, burger. I imagine your patty was the same patty.
Very
the
similar.
Difference are the toppings. Yeah. But yeah, for a burger with spicy mayonnaise and jalapenos and Havarti cheese, I expected it to be spicier. And I have had this burger in the past, and I remember it being spicy. Today, I didn't find it to be very spicy at all, and I wonder if that's my spice tolerance has changed over the years, or it's just they don't make it as spicy as they used to.
I'm going to go with the former, because you've been eating a lot of spicy things. You sometimes just put peppers in your mouth and then spend the next half hour drinking milk.
Oh man, that was awful.
Oh, so maybe you've burnt away the part that can sense heat.
That's a good point. I did like the bun. I thought, nothing crazy about the bun. It was a decent bun. But I will say, once I finished my burger and, put that last bite in my mouth and chewed it up, and I had no fries left, I wanted my last bite to be a burger bite. I sat there, kept drinking my beer, and you know what? That burger left a really good taste in my mouth.
Oh.
I was enjoying it for 10 minutes after I was done eating it.
All right. I wish I had the same experience. I think if that girl wasn't Australian, I would have paid more attention to the burger, but I couldn't. I was eating the burger, but I was really just trying to think, like, if I say something, what am I going to say? How am I going to respond to this? I'm so excited. It's like I've been waiting all my life to meet Tom Cruise, and then the moment comes and I choke.
Now, Matthew, it's fascinating in a way to me that you were so dumbfounded by just someone who has an Australian accent.
Not only that, but like she was
from Australia,
fresh out of Australia. She came here in the summer.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was interesting that I think it was written on her passport or on her papers that she's not allowed near children or to work with children.
Near children, for her work visa, she wasn't. She's not cleared to, be a child care worker.
Yeah, I like the wording of it. Might be hopefully is not as vague, but just like do not let around children. And was it also written that she cannot be a sex worker on the same thing, or
yes.
that was just so what's left? I think the two ends of the spectrum. That's both ends of the spectrum here. Not allowed to be around children. Not allowed to be a sex worker. So you're just left in
limited
limbo.
to almost every job.
Yeah, but you want an extreme job.
What do you mean an extreme job? Like a BMXer? Like, what do you mean an extreme job?
I guess working with kids isn't necessarily extreme, and working as a stripper.
These are kind of extreme jobs, actually. If you got an army of children throwing toys and vomit at you, and then you're a stripper, that seems pretty extreme as well.
Oh, so are you doing both things? Are you, like, so
yeah.
If I was her and I came to
daycare
Canada,
worker by day and stripper by night.
yeah, or vice versa, make it a little weird.
Oh, that would be weird.
I'm gonna look after your kids in the evening, and I'm gonna take my clothes off during the day, and it's all gonna happen in the same place.
What do you mean the same place?
I'd own
Like
my
one
own
building?
place. If I was Australian and I come to Canada,
Yeah.
and they tell me I can't be around children and I can't strip for money, I'm doing both those things. Those are the things that are going to be my bread and butter.
Why?
Because I'm coming
You
to
don't
Canada.
tell me what to do.
It's a land of opportunity, Sebastian.
Oh, the opportunity to strip and deal with children.
The opportunity to make your own decisions. And if
I
I want to
guess.
strip and be around children, then who's going to stop me?
Free market.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's she has more potential. This Sally.
What do you mean?
She could do anything she wants. She's Australian. Think of the jobs that you can get if you're Australian.
Well, I mean,
I should put it to the test. I should go do a bunch of job interviews with an Australian accent.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
All right. So Matthew, I own an auto dealership.
Oh.
And you're applying to be a car salesperson.
Okay.
So do you have any prior applicable experience here, Matthew?
I unfortunately don't have any experience in the field, but I can take my clothes off to the sounds of Simon and Garfunkel.
All right.
And I'm pretty good around children.
Okay.
Don't look at my work visa. It's not gonna lend a good name to that. But definitely anything you need. If it involves stripping.
Okay. Well,
or children.
It doesn't involve really either. I assume sometimes prospective clients will have children when they're looking to buy a car or a minivan or what have you. But good with children isn't a huge plus. How are you upselling if let's say someone is not necessarily interested in getting some of the add-ons that are available for a car, let's say XM radio or power windows? What are you going to do to help push those add-ons?
Just speak to them about anything they want to hear. Just speak to them about how their day was. They're going to hear the accent. See, this version. This is the key. I don't have to sell anything. I don't have to even know what I'm talking about. I have to sell a car just by reading them the weather, reading them the Archie comics. Do what it's gonna work. It doesn't work in Australia because everyone sounds amazing, but taking out of my taking out of my environment, there's no limits. I'm surprised this interview is even still going on. But the reason it's still happening, Sebastian, is because you can't turn me away. I've already got the job. I knew that before I walked in.
I am engaged. I still want to keep talking to you, so you have a point there. Let's try another job. Let's go for let's see. You are interviewing to. I don't want to make you another salesman. Let's say well, I want something where you get to talk to clients a lot. Because like if I send you to be a garbage man, why is that Australian accent helping you get a garbage man job?
Garbage man job would be amazing.
Okay, Matthew, you're interviewing to be a garbage man for the city of Montreal. What applicable experience do you have?
Applicable experience is it's vague, but I want to ask you a question now before I answer your question.
Sure, shoot.
You ever see the movie Mad Max, Road Warrior? Any of those?
Sure.
Thunderdome.
I haven't seen Thunderdome.
You know the gist, right? You've seen the way they drive their cars.
Yeah.
That is how I would drive the garbage truck. Make it exciting. I think they've.
Well, that's not necessarily a good idea. You don't want to destroy public or private property for that matter.
Trash pickup doesn't have to be what it is now. It can be something exciting. It can have flames coming out of the back. I'm running around. I'm picking up the trash. I'm yelling just to anybody who'll listen. You got trash? Bring it down over here. Garbage man. It's garbage day. And I'm flying through. I'm beating down other cars as I'm flying. I got like a monster truck, huge wheels. This is going to be. That's what people expect out of Australians. There's a certain expectation. I'm losing the accent.
You're also not getting this job. I don't understand why you want flames coming out of the garbage truck and to be running along cars and even shouting. I don't want you shouting. You should be doing it relatively quietly. No, I don't want to get calls because the garbage men are shouting outside people's houses at whatever time in the morning.
How many times have you missed garbage day and only heard the truck coming after it's gone?
I guess if they were yelling as they came down the street, it might be sort of like the ice cream truck music. That
garbage, bring your garbage. Garbage pickup. I've lost the accent. At this point, it could just be anybody. As long as an old-timey man who used to work in the ice cream business.
Garbage, get your garbage and bring it on over. We're going to smush that trash real good.
Big pickup day today. Get your air conditioners, your broken TVs.
How am I supposed to know when big pickup day is?
It's on the calendar. Maybe not your...
What calendar?
Not your cemetery calendar, but I think city calendars.
What calendars? Do they send you a calendar where, like, one day of the month they will pick up big things?
It's also online, too.
Because I've got a big piece of junk I need to get rid of.
Well, there you go. I think it's usually, it changes all the time, but it's once a month usually.
Yeah.
So do that.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, Google that.
But what do I Google? Big trash?
Big trash pickup day and the city that you live in.
Okay. All right.
The district. You should be fine. Have you, speaking of the ice cream trucks, have you seen any around? Because I've only ever seen that knife sharpening truck, and it's very misleading because it plays ice cream music.
Yeah.
And then you run up to it, and you're running up to this thing with knives out, scissors out. Because the music and the way the slow pace of the drive, there's a sense of urgency. Because when the ice cream truck goes by, you run out with all your change.
Yeah.
You got to chase this thing down. And they're trying to get people to chase after it with their blades, their axes, their scissors.
I think you would really just like step out and wave them down or whatever and be like, yeah, you got some business over here. Just park.
I guess.
Because, they can't just hand you the ice cream and keep rolling. They got to stop and sharpen knives and then give them back. Yeah. It takes a little time.
Seems so impractical to offer a service that basically means that people have to run outside with sharp knives. Things.
Well, that's the thing. They aren't running out with sharp things. They're running out with dull things.
Oh, and then you can walk back because there's no urgency then.
Exactly. You slip and fall and stab yourself with a dull knife. It's just gonna bump against you, and you'll go, "Oh, that stunk. That wasn't fun."
Now, are they driving around at peak times, like when right before supper, or maybe around Thanksgiving?
Right, exactly. So, like you cook a steak, you get your fork in there, you start trying to cut with your knife, and you're like, this knife just isn't sharp enough.
It's here, children. Grab all the knives
and run out.
Throw caution to the wind.
Matthew, when was the last time you saw an ice cream truck in your life?
The last time in my life, never.
Never ever?
No.
I feel like the last time I saw an ice cream truck, I was like 7 or 8. I remember it coming around my neighborhood and getting really excited. And I've maybe only seen it like that one summer.
Yeah.
And we'd get change and run out from the pool or whatever, and all wet, and he'd stop in front of our house, and we'd get a popsicle or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, I miss